Hey beauties! This is another makeup look that's definitely been requested a lot. If you follow my blog, you've probably seen this look already, and yeah, just gonna jump right into it. So I've started off this look wearing absolutely nothing except for some foundation, and that's it. I'm gonna start with my eyebrows. I'm taking this clear brow finisher by MAC, it looks like this, and just applying this right to my brows. This will help the powder stick longer because I'm using a powder to shade them. Just a little bit on the brows on both sides. And now I'm just taking my MAC 266, looks like that, and Cork eyeshadow, like this. Dipping a little bit in it, tapping into it, and just beginning to shade my brows. Clip my hair back for you guys, like so. I'm using my favorite base, and that's MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm using this with a MAC 249 brush. Swiping it through and beginning by spreading it over the lid. And going right underneath the brows to highlight and sharpen up the under edge. And going beneath the eye as well. Now I'm taking MAC's cream color base in brown, looks like this, and I'm going to apply it by using a Sigma 217, dipping into the color, just tapping it on, see, and it puts that much on it, and just spreading this right onto the lid. I'm just creating a warm base for the green color that I'm going to place on top of this, so dotting it onto my lid and then spreading it out lightly. And then over that brown base, I'm using MAC's Sumptuous Olive, this one right here, and see when I tip it a certain way it looks green, but then it has a brown undertone like that. With this brown base beneath it, it'll bring out more of that brown inside but still have those green reflects in it. So I'm using a MAC 239. And taking a little bit of that Sumptuous Olive, tapping on, and then I'm just going to pat this over the brown, right onto the lid. Now with a clean 217, I'm taking a softer brown color that's nice and matte, like this color right here. It's called Omega. It's just a really soft brown. I'm just tapping the 217 into it, applying to the edge of my Sumptuous Olive, and blending out the edges towards my brow. I'm kind of following the shape of my brow, but still pulling up like this towards the end of my brow. Taking more for the other side, placing it into the crease right at the edge of Sumptuous Olive, and blending out again towards my brow bone, just like that. And now with a 222 from MAC, it's a really thin blending brush, but it's fairly stiff. I'm going back in with Cork, dipping the tip in, tapping it off, and applying right into the outer crease, right where the Omega meets that Sumptuous Olive. So right in there, just to deepen it up right in between. Pulling lightly into the lid, and going right over, but stopping before the inner corner. Blending out slightly. And then to clean up the areas where I've applied too much, I'm using MAC's Brule E. It's just a nice color that kind of matches my skin tone. And I'm using MAC's 227 brush, this huge fluffy brush right here. Dipping it into Brule E, going into my brow bone and applying, lightening it up, blending downwards into these colors here. And now I'm taking MAC's PowerPoint pencil in Stubborn Brown, it's just a nice dark brown color, and applying right to my lash line, stopping in the middle of my eye, to the other side. And I'm using a MAC 219 brush and taking that Sumptuous Olive again, just dipping into it and smudging out that brown liner. And if you do want to bring back more of that green, if it doesn't look green enough for you, you can always take bright green colors and layer it right over it. For instance, I'm not sure what this is. This one is Bio Green, it's by MAC. I think it's a pro color and I think it might be discontinued, but there are also colors like in your Coastal Scents palettes that also mimic this shade. So I'm just going to take a little bit with my 239 brush, take that Bio Green, and just apply it right over Sumptuous Olive and towards the inner corner, like that, and it brings out more of the green, see? And I'm even going to take a little bit and apply with the tip of my 239 right underneath, right here. And then for the inner corner, I'm using Dazzlelight by MAC. It's this color right here. It's like a shimmery highlight color. And I'm just going to take my Loew Cornell Maxine mop in 1/4 of an inch, looks like that. Applying to the inner corner. So close your eyes and just spread it over that inner corner like that. Then blend it out on the bottom. And blend it out on top. And if you want a little more, go ahead and take some. Pull it up and over. Blend it into the color to lighten it up slightly. And if you get too much on there and it looks funny to you, go ahead and take your pinky and just tap it to blend it out. Someone's calling me. And I'm going to use liquid eyeliner. This is my first time using this liner. It's by Loreal. It's L'Oreal Paris Carbon Intense, like Lineur Intense Carbon Black or whatever. Just drying it off. And after you put on your liner, you can get a better idea of where your crease is. So you can go back in with your crease brush and take your dark brown color or cork, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use cork. And just dip it in, and you're going to apply that color again right where the end of your flick is. I always do a little cat eye, so whatever. So we're going to go ahead and apply that again right where that flick is and pull into the crease. I'm using cork for this. I do tend to overcomplicate things, but that's because I'm a perfectionist, and after I see how my whole look is done at the end, I always see these little areas where I can improve. Like, yeah, like this crease color. And for the lower lash line, I'm just going to reapply that brown liner right into my lash line. And now I'm just going to curl my lashes. And this time I'm going to use Shiseido's mascara base to shape my lashes like a gel first and prime them. And right after applying that base, I'm just using my L'Oreal Voluminous in black. Look at that. With the base, isn't that insane? If you want to apply a second coat of mascara, you definitely can. Let's just do that for the sake of the tutorial. Shiseido's mascara base is like nuts, dude. Look, that is crazy. That's 2 coats of mascara plus the base, and it's just like, if I wasn't wearing the black liner, you'd be able to see it better, but I am, so whatever, deal with it. But look at that. Super volume, lots of color, rich, I love it. Now this is my favorite part. I love face powders and blushes and bronzers and things. I mean, like, I love doing eye makeup, but my favorite stuff to apply is like stuff on my face. I don't know why. I've been using this. It's by Physicians Formula. It's Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Face Powder in Translucent Light. And this is a really good color for NW20 skin. I am using a Sonia Kashuk face powder brush to apply this all over. So I'm just dabbing it onto it. And see that? All that coverage? I'm just gonna apply it all over, so. Now, Physicians Formula stuff is actually recommended by the Skin Counselor Foundation because it has ingredients like titanium dioxide and zinc oxide in it, which protect against UVA damage. So, the Skin Counselor Foundation basically supports it and sponsors it. So that's how you know it's a really good foundation color. And I mean, even though it's a drugstore powder, it's still really good for you because it's made for acne prone and extremely sensitive skin, and that's the type of skin that I have. If you can't tell, like, I don't really break out too much anymore because I've been using like the Olay stuff, but I still do have like tons of acne scarring that I'm waiting to fade away. So. And to contour today, I'm going to use Harmony Blush by MAC. It's this one right there. It's like a few shades darker than my skin, so it's really good for contours. And it's like a really light color. It doesn't go on super pigmented, so that's awesome. And I'm going to use it with my MAC 134, just this huge paddle brush, dip it into it once, maybe a few times, and just shake it off. And apply right into the cave of my cheek. And blend upwards. I'm going to take a little more, apply up here. And then down below. Just a little bit to the tip of the nose because I can. You can even go back in with your face powder and just buff right over that color if it's too dark. Sorry if my camera's all shaky, I'm just... I have the camera set up on my bed, so I get better lighting. And then for blush, I'm going to use this really pretty peachy color right there. This is called Fleur Power, and it's by MAC, and it's really nice. I love it. And it's just a nice pinky peach, but like more pink than peach in it though. And I'm just going to apply with a MAC 188. It's a smaller version of the 187. I'm just going to swirl it through and then tap it. Oops, I don't know why I'm blowing on that. I know that's gross. And just tap it onto my cheekbone right there. And then buff it in lightly, going really lightly onto my skin. Smiley. Blending it back towards the hairline. Taking a little and putting it to the tip of my nose. And now just blending it out again with my 182 to make sure it's all blended in. And for my lips, in the original picture I actually had Paris lipstick on, and that's by NYX, and it's just this really bright pink that you put on your lips, but I've been really obsessed with this combination lately, and it is Snob Lipstick First, which is like this mauvey pink color. I like the name, Snob. And I'm just gonna dab it onto my lips like this. Look how light that is. So I just dotted that on. And now I'm using Creme D'nude like this, a peachy shade, so that it warms up the color so it's a little more wearable. I'm putting it right over it. And to blend it all in, I'm using Nars Turkish Delight. And this is the finished look. Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys probably don't like nude lipsticks, but I do. I definitely need to do some teeth whitening though. But yeah, and if you're wondering where I got this scarf, and there's a tag that I definitely need to rip off. I got this from Forever 21. I'll cut that later. I'll just hide it for now. And this top is from American Eagle. This watch is from Bulova. But yeah, so this is the look, and it's really easy and simple, and I just walked you through it. If you guys want to check out my blog, it's heycheri.livejournal.com, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, my name there is heycheri. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.